why you should be worried about microplastics. So I've been doing some research about microplastics and the dangers about them, and it's quite concerning. They can disrupt your hormones. They can. There's even evidence that they might even cause cell damage, and it's really hard to stay away from these microplastics. And a lot of us already have a lot of it in our bodies, and our bodies do not really get rid of it properly. There are things you can do to mitigate it, like having a high fiber diet, for example, but some say that when it can get into your organs, and when it's in there, it may never leave. So I don't know why this isn't being talked about more. It's almost like certain people don't want it to be talked about because there's industries that benefit from it. Like they wouldn't want to have to use better alternatives that don't cause health problems. Like, why do we even have to make everything with plastic? I think it's just a case that it's just so cheap to produce. And it's like you get all these, conspiracy theories about things like, 5G or whatever, but I'm like, I don't really hear a lot talked about this. I mean, yeah, some people are, but I think this is a really serious risk, and not very much is being talked about it. It's like this is something that you can prove that's actually dangerous, and we don't really know the long term implications, but we know it's not good. Like, remember the whole asbestos thing, and it took some time to realize that it was actually dangerous, and it could be like the same thing with this, with like constant exposure to plastics being bad. So I'm not saying everyone should just stop using anything with plastic, but just be careful. And that this like bottled water thing, like people thinking it's healthier, but you're literally drinking out of plastic bottles. So especially if you're having it in the sun, then that's even more dangerous, I'd say. It's not just me saying this, there's actual health experts that will say that there's actual evidence that these things can be harmful. So I wonder if this is one of the reasons why testosterone's gone down. There's obviously multiple reasons. One of them being birth control in the water. There's other like endocrine disruptors that they put in the food, and the fact that probably like because vitamin D is so deficient nowadays, I think that could be a big part of it. There's so many factors obviously, but I wonder if this is a factor that is decreasing testosterone. We see so many guys now that like they're like 18, 19, 20, and they can't even really grow facial hair. At one time, guys would be able to grow facial hair like 16, 17, 18 years old. They'll be like already growing full beards. So they just seem more effeminate, like not very masculine. They're like they just don't seem to be reaching puberty till later, and they don't even really seem to properly go through puberty at all. A lot of them nowadays, it's getting to a point where you can't even really tell them apart from a woman. They're that kind of androgynous looking, or even feminine looking in some cases. So is this natural? I mean, why is it that so many men just seem so feminized now? Of course, there's different reasons, like I said, but is this something to do with it? But that's not the only reason that plastic. Like I said, plastic is something that we should be concerned about because it could possibly cause cancers. If it's damaging the cells, it could be damaging immune cells. We just don't know like what's going on. Like, so I'd suggest high fiber diet has been linked with getting rid of a lot of these particles out of the body. Some say sweating can help as well, but there's different like kind of takes on that. Some say it doesn't really work. Some say it only gets rid of some of it, the different size particles. And then another thing people are saying is bloodletting. The thing with bloodletting is that you're getting rid of blood, so that can actually affect your health in the short term, because they say it can take about 6 to 8 weeks apparently to recover a pint of blood. So it doesn't just come back overnight, and that can really mess up people's performance if they're like an athlete or something like that, because you need blood to carry oxygen around the body. So it could affect people's health by doing that. But I don't know. But the thing is, like I say, it can get an organ. So I don't know. It's just, it really needs to be stopped. All these microplastics, it's getting in the atmosphere, it's getting in the food, the water. It's literally ubiquitous. It's everywhere now. I think they've even found it in the freaking Arctic ice or something like that. That's how ubiquitous this stuff is now. So yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are down below. I find it quite concerning, and I find it quite concerning that nobody seems to really be raising an alarm about this, because I think that it is quite alarming. It should be talked about more. So yeah, I don't need to really say anything else about this. So I'm gonna let you guys get going. So we'll be live at about 7 p.m. UK time. So I hope to see you all there. Peace out. Bye for now.